YouTube! My Tsuruba. Oh, hello, YouTube.
Wide world of YouTube, Evil Food Guru back again. I got some more TLC goodness for Ark Survival Evolved. This is running on the Xbox One X. This is the TLC 2. The next 5 dinosaurs. First we have the puppy looking old Trike model. Switch that out for the new model, please. There we go. That thing looks incredible. I actually see the horns look like bone. There I can see scales on the body. It's sleeker, it's leaner, looks much meaner. Very much like this thing. Seeing these in the distance is awesome because they actually look like dinosaurs in the distance. Whereas before, obviously you can see here from the side model of the running animation for the old model, it looks silly. It looks like a little puppy plaything. That's not a dinosaur. But here, the new model, here we go. Look at the slow, deliberate steps. Everything's exaggerated. It looks very, very cool. There goes a little shuffle forward for some speed. Here's the old model doing some attacks. I mean, it has no power behind it. It just kind of flicks up its head a little bit and wags its tail. There's no sense of any kind of power or ferocity or anything at all. The new model, however, look at that. Bam! Lifts its head down low and snaps it up hard. That thing looks like it hits like a truck. Very, very nice. And then to finish it off, the new ability that was added, it has the wind up, and then it rams forward and can kill something in one hit. It's just like the woolly rhino now, but it looks cool. Next up, we have a lot of early game players' favorite dinosaur, the Raptor. I was never much of a fan just because the talons on the feet are underutilized. There should be a kick move. This thing has no kick move. Definitely has a poop move. It is Ark after all, so you gotta have some poop. But the feathers look like blades of grass. Here we go. Here's the real dinosaur here. The old model had a wide nose too. It looked ridiculous from the front. The new model is sleek, thin. You can see the feathers actually look like feathers. It's got scales, stands up a little more upright, looks a lot more ferocious than the old model. Here we have the old model running side animation here from the run. There's the sprint. Looks alright. Looks not bad at all. We got a little jump action. There we go. New model. Ooh, much more deliberate. Everything's exaggerated a little bit, which is always good in animation since things aren't real. It's good to exaggerate a little bit. Look at that. That looks awesome. Look at this. Ooh, the sprint looks fast. Look at that little tail jutting back and forth. The sprint, or the jump looks very good. Back to the old model. This is its attack. Again, like I said earlier, no talon kick for some reason. Got a pathetic little slashing bite attack. It doesn't really look like it's attacking anything. It just kind of looks like it's going rawr, rawr, rawr. No attack there at all. There we go. Look at the exaggerated motion of this thing. It looks ferocious. It's reaching forward. It's so fast. It's slashing and biting at the same time. Jump attack again. No kick attack, which is unfortunate in my opinion. Here we go. Here's the new movement from TLC, or the new ability, I should say. This is the pounce maneuver. Pouncing on these little pegomastics, eating them before they can steal all my stuff. Feels great. And we got a little Easter bunny and Raptor that needed to get eaten too. Last but not least, we now have the pack roar. Look at that. This is taken pretty much straight from Jurassic Park. Next, we come to the prehistoric crocodile, the Sarcosuchus. This thing was okay looking. It looks a little weird. The tail's disjointed. Like there's clearly the tail was modeled by different teams than the body, and then just kind of stuck together. The one thing that always bothered me about it was the nose. The nose has all these extra spikes on the end of it. Here we go. Here's the new model. No nose spikes. Nice big teeth now. Jaw stays open. The legs actually, look, the back legs are actually kind of curled up as if it's ready to pounce. It's kind of hard to tell at first when you look at this thing the differences between the new and the old. But as you see the animations and things like that, they'll really start to show up. This looks much more crocodilian. Here's the old model again. Walking. The running animation, when we get to that, there it is. That is one of the silliest things I've ever seen. That is just ridiculous. Here we go. Look at that big mean jaw. There we go. Look at the butt swinging back and forth. There we go. A little scamper there. That would be scary if you saw that thing coming at you in the wild. Look at the attack from the old model of Sarco. It doesn't look like it's attacking anything. It's just shaking its head around. If you're just to the side of the head on the ground and looking right at the mouth, you can see that it opens ever so imperceptibly and then closes back. No power or anything like that. It just shakes its head. Look at the new model. Turns to the side to get a good angle and then slams those long, powerful jaws closed. That looks ferocious. That looks awesome. Then with the TLC, they added the new ability. Since the Sarco kind of had a hard time getting around to its sides and behind it, it now has a 180 attack. The original model of Sarco was very fast under the water. It was unwieldy to control, it took very wide turns, but it moved very fast. But as you can see from this video, there's almost no animation to it at all. It kind of moved its tail back and forth a little bit, and that supposedly propelled it forward. Here, the new model, you can see the exaggerated movements. You can see the front legs are shuffling, they're scooping the water. You know, the front legs are scooping, the back legs are kicking as the hips and tail are whipping back and forth. That thing is booking. That thing's hauling butt underwater. And that's what a prehistoric dinosaur should look like, or a prehistoric crocodile. And then we have the new ability, which is the death roll. It can only grab small things like, say, a human player model or lower. Here we come to one of the more controversial dinosaurs in Ark. People will argue until they're blue in the face whether the Rex or the Spino is the superior large meat-eating dinosaur. And just to set the record straight, it's the Rex. You Spino lovers, you're crazy. This thing, the original model, looked like a puppy dog. It was not intimidating at all. It just looks silly. You can tell the claw. Look at the short little claws, dull claws. Look at the jaws. Oh, here we go. I couldn't even finish talking about what I was saying before this beautiful new model jumped forward with long, powerful claws, muscular body. You can see the folds of the flesh. You can see the scales in depth. The tail still looks kind of lame, but otherwise, this thing looks neat. Its head looks much better. The neck looks much better. And the teeth much longer, and the jaws just look powerful and mean now, as opposed to the big round puppy dog look it had before. Here we go with the walking animation on the old model. This actually looks really good. This was one of the better animated dinosaurs. This looks nice. You can see the movement in each of the legs, independently of the tail, things like that. It looks good. Here's the running animation. Now it starts looking like a silly dog again. Opens his mouth. It looks like it's chasing after a bone. Kind of embarrassing. Now, here we go. This looks a little bit better. You can see the hands and the feet are a lot bigger. So they kind of paddle the ground. They kind of slap the ground as it's walking. It's neat. This is because it's a webbed foot thing. It lives in the water mostly. And now, with the TLC, they added the upright position walk, which is very slow. You can take tighter turns, things like that, but it's very slow. Here's the running animation on it. The thing that they haven't fixed yet with the TLC is that the attack animation, or the attack power, I should say, on the two-legged, the bipedal mode, is crazy strong. It needs to be scaled down a little bit, in my opinion. Here's the old model swimming in the water. Again, that looks very good. No complaints really with the animations, the walking and swimming animations on the old model. I think it looks very good. New model, let's see him under the water there. Yeah, he's a little more exaggerated. You can see the feet actually stretch out, or the hands, if you want to say, stretch out a little bit more and kind of paddle the water a little bit better. But overall, I mean, it's an improvement, but the old one wasn't that bad at all. Here we go with the roar from the old one. Pretty good roar. Not bad at all. And here's the attack. The attack's it's okay. It doesn't look super powerful. It looks kind of like it's more snipping than like biting something hard. Oh, here's the new one's roar. Look at that. It doesn't sound as good, but it looks a lot better. Look at that tongue flick around. It's kind of sexy when it does that. I like that. Look at that thing. I had to do it a few extra times on the clip there because it looks so good. Look at that attack. Again, the jaws violently slam closed after they open super far. It lunges forward. It really puts a lot of power behind it. Now in the bipedal mode, you see it's got these big, exaggerated claw swings. It looks kind of like a bear swinging its big claws around. That looks neat, and it does a ton of power. Okay, I saved the most transformed dinosaur until the end. This is the old Argy. The Argy is supposed to be a vulture type bird. Prehistoric, obviously huge. But look at this thing. It has short wings, short tail, fat, stumpy legs. Look at those eyes. Look how tiny those eyes are. They look ridiculous. The beak looks stupid. This thing didn't look like a bird. Oh, whoa, what? What just happened? Someone changed games or something. This is a different game. What is this thing? That's a regal, proud-looking, actual avian-type dinosaur instead of whatever that old Argy was supposed to be. This thing looks proud and vicious. Look at that. Look at it just sitting there. That's fantastic. I want to ride this thing right now. Look at those talons. Look how skinny and sleek the legs are. Here's the old one walking. I always like the bob. I always thought it looked very, bird-like, the little bobbing. There's no animation, it just kind of rocks back and forth, but it looks cool in the old model. Here's a new, ooh, look at that. Drops his head down low, points the wings up, it's bouncing. Look at each step it takes, it's bouncing those wings. Look at the talons stretch out on the ground each step it takes. Here's the old, completely non-aerodynamic Argy. Look at that thing. Look how short the wings and tail are and how fat the body is. There's no way that thing could do more than just like, I don't know, glide around a little bit as it crashes into the earth. Here's the new model. Beautiful animation. Everything about this is just, I mean, it's amazing. Completely different than the old model. Look at this thing. I recorded extra footage of this thing flying just because the animation on it was so fantastic. Look at the idle animation when it sits there. That thing looks cool. Here, if you see, as it turns, look how it points its legs. As it turns to the left, it drops its left leg. Turns to the right, it drops the right leg. That's a neat little detail. Here's the ground attack of the old model. Looks okay. Not bad at all. I think that's acceptable. It doesn't really look like it's doing much of an attack. Here's the flying attack, which just literally just swings its butt up towards the prey and grabs it with its feet. It doesn't look like it's doing anything at all. It's like the animators didn't even want to do any work. Here's the exaggerated ground attack. Woo, vicious looking, of course, like all the new TLC dinosaurs. Much more vicious looking. Ooh, look at that. Now that looks cool. That is awesome looking. I do not want that thing to grab me. There we go. Last, the new ability. We can pick up a little dinosaur in his beak. Just grab that little green compy. And now we're going to swoop in for that raptor. We can carry them both at the same time. That's real nice. And this is one of the best dinosaurs in the game now. Fantastic. Look at that. So cool.
害怕木頭，係木頭應該怕你。你之所以打唔穿木頭，係因為你喐手之前已經認輸。